What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to ATL Homicide at Home. I'm Detective David Quinn, and with me is my brother, former partner, and co-host, Detective Vince Velasquez.
During ATL Homicide at Home, we're gonna dive further into the facts of the ATL homicide cases and give you tips on how to think like a detective and solve these crimes from the comfort of your own home. Make sure you hit the comments and let us know how you think this case will turn out. So let's get into it. What do we have today?
This is a cold case with two victims who were out-of-state college students. What are they doing out here? You got a suspicious Rolex, couple of young adults living a seemingly normal lifestyle with this luxury watch.
That's a nice watch, man. That's a Rolex. Word. Rolex.
I mean, it just seems out of place. One of our victims' girlfriend reveals they were carrying $15,000 cash, which is missing.
I can't help but think back to the crime scene. Could that $15,000 have been in that car? That could be 15,000 reasons why Ernest is dead.
Was this a robbery? We don't know.
We have to look at our victims. They tell a story. We have to look at every place they've been. Dave, you know, man, we go back and we look at their history. We look at their cell phones. We look at text messages.
I spotted something right here.
We know who they were talking to, where they were supposed to be. And typically, when you have a victim that's not where they're supposed to be, that's where you start.
You should speak with Bunky.
Bunky.
When we finally identify who are the people in the circle of our victims or victim in any situation where there's a homicide, you want to find out what their role is.
Tanya, as I did mention on the phone earlier, we do have some questions about your case.
Is it someone that they actually deal with day to day? Do we take this person and we make them a witness, or are they going to be suspects?
That's so true, Dave. When we meet people dealing with any homicide case, we take any information we get with a grain of salt. You may start down on the suspect train and then end up on the witness train. You may start on the witness train and then you pull into the station as the #1 suspect.
And the one thing that we always do, we go straight in and give the potential witness or suspects whatever truth we have. It's not a cloak and dagger type of thing. We want to make sure they know they're part of a homicide investigation. They're part of our clock that begins this whole investigation. We don't keep secrets. We give truth early and expect nothing but truth from the people that we deal with. Sometimes in these investigations, you have God moments. I mean, it helps open up a dead end or even solve the crime. That's what motivates you and lets you know you're doing good work. It's not just you. Their creator is actually steering you into the places that take you towards success. It's amazing because this is something that washes over you through the years of working these kinds of cases, and it solidifies you as a person that works for the dead and tries to bring closure to these many families.
Before we go, here's an exclusive look into this episode.
Okay. Is there anything else you remember about him?
Although we know we have connections between the players in this, we want to know, is there any physical evidence that may connect her crime to our crime? Money, drugs, we don't know what she's gonna say.
He stole from me my Rolex.
My ears were on fire. It was crazy.
You said a Rolex?
Yeah, it was diamond embezzled with a blue face.
Literally, like the hair in the back of my neck stood up because I remember when describing a watch that he saw when he searched Corey Ellis's house with Detective Chapman way back in July.
This was the God portion of our homicide investigation.
Remember to leave your comments about the case below. We'll see you back next week for ATL Homicide at Home.